Hi, I'm Sunni, and this is my podcast, Creator, Created, Creating. Short and sweet mindset shifts for intentional life creation. Suffering does not equal worthiness. So I got up on my soapbox on Facebook today and decided to make this into a podcast episode as well to drop sometime in the future. So by the time you're listening to this, I will have long since posted it, but I trust that it needs to be in circulation regularly. And we need to hear it from multiple angles at multiple times, or at least I do. So that's why I'm here, because I'm just so passionate about this. I'm so passionate and about finding unhelpful beliefs in the world and seeing them and going, oh, wow, that's really unhelpful to what I'm trying to create, and then turning them around. And it's my favorite. It is my favorite thing. I just love doing that because I become aware of something I'm carrying that I don't need to be carrying. And I just find that so exciting, because then all this, but the potential of the turnaround of that comes into view. So how this post came about was I came across a meme on the socials that said, it was like a spiritual looking meme, and it said, the more difficulties you overcome, the faster you move along the path of your spiritual development. And this is a clear indication of spiritual growth. Oof. And I just had a reaction to that. So I just want to preface this by saying that beliefs that are unhelpful to me are completely subjective to the viewer. So what is unhelpful for me to believe may be very helpful for another person to believe. So I'm just pointing out what was unhelpful for me to believe. And so that's why I wanted to share this. So when I saw that, I was like, oh. Now, there was a time in my life when I needed to believe that belief. And I did believe that. And I needed to make the meaning of my hardships mean that I was at least becoming a better person and I was getting somewhere. And it helped me to soothe pain that I did not know what to do with at that time. Side note, all I needed to do was feel it. That's it. Just fully feel it through. But it also empowered me at that time to feel like the shit that I was going through, the pain that I was going through, and the difficulties that I was going through was purposeful and getting me somewhere. But this belief is the same old achieve more, work harder, suffer more, and be better trope that our world and society plays out through achievements and success and working out and losing weight and non-spiritual things too of all kinds. It just has a spiritual spin on it, but it's the same belief. The more you suffer, the better you are. That's the belief. The harder you work and the more you overcome, the more pain you've been through and go through, the more pain you are in, the better and gooder and purer you are. You are getting ahead. You are doing what you should. You are being a good and successful human being. And this belief is propagated and expressed in everything from diets to deities. So working to become better is not wrong. It's an evolutionary impulse. It's a natural drive that the universe and every expression of the universe has. It's fine. It's good. However, there may come a time when that belief is no longer serving you. And now it's harming you because you've noticed, perhaps, as I noticed, that you are actually creating unnecessary pain and drama for yourself, believing subconsciously that this will make you good and enough, and thus deserving and worthy of love and acceptance, whether that's from other people, God, parents, or whatever, society or institutions. But you never do feel good enough. No matter how much you do or how well you do it, that feeling that you get when you feel like you've suffered enough, that feeling of I did it, I'm good enough, just fades so fast. So no matter how much you do or how well you do it or how spiritually aligned you think you're being, it's never enough. So if you want to create achievements or peace or happiness or success or inner harmony or more kindness in yourself and the world or purity or money or a different body shape, do it because you want to. Because you want to do it. Do it because peace feels beautiful to you. Do it because you want to feel beautiful or you want to look beautiful, just 'cause. Do it because you love the feeling of having a goal and achieving it. But just be aware of all the ways that your mind is trying to make you worthy or better or more holy or exalted or more valuable through that thing. And here's the thing though, you don't have to stop your mind from doing that. That's what minds do. But just be aware of it. That awareness that that's what your mind does, and that's kind of what it's always kind of doing, is so super powerful. And it is enough, believe it or not, just to notice. That awareness will begin to unfold a different reality, just the awareness of it alone. It'll unfurl a trail of breadcrumbs into what you want more. So that awareness looks like, for me, like, oh, look at that. I believe that the more difficulties that I go through, the more of a good person and a saint that I'm going to be. That's interesting. I wonder if that's true. Where did that come from? I wonder if that's helpful to me. I wonder what that belief is creating in my life. So if I make my difficulties mean that I'm better, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to create more difficulties for myself and more suffering for myself to move through. And I have. I really have. So believing I'm getting somewhere, because I'm holding that belief, believing I'm getting somewhere, when actually I'm just subjecting myself to my own story. The story that I'm more valuable to the world in my suffering. In reality, difficulties are things that happen in life. And it's my story about those things and perception about those things that is the only thing that I can work with. That is the place I begin. I personally, for me, like to find helpful and empowering ways to see my difficulties. I don't want to make difficulties into a belief that is going to use my unconscious desire to be praised for being good to drive me to create more difficulties and suffering for myself and other people around me. Because that's what I do when I'm believing that. So, but that's just me. And each person is going to see the belief that is helpful to them and the reality they want to create. I personally want to create more ease and peace in my world and in my life. So I don't want beliefs that are not helpful to creating that particular desire. But other people are not striving for that necessarily. Their desire is something else. Their stronger desire is to feel accomplished, or to experience the thrill of facing challenges and overcoming them. Not everyone wants ease, obviously. Also, just to note, ease is not very dramatic. And as a recovering drama queen, I can tell you that the dramatic part of me is a bit bored by ease sometimes, and will kick up dust just to feel the thrill of facing my demons and overcoming them. But the noticing of this has been powerful for me, and it's starting to change everything. Everything has its place in time. Every belief has its place in time. Every perspective has its place in time. There's a time for going about it that way, and there's a time for going about it this way. There's a place for that. There's a person for that. There's a being for that. And I just love life so much that we get to choose for ourselves and choose again when we're aware of that we want to change it. When we're aware, like, oh, I actually don't want to create unnecessary suffering for myself, believing that it's making me better. I can change it. How cool is that? I love it. So, respect to this belief in this meme that I saw. Respect to me choosing another one that serves me better right now. And respect to you and whatever it is you choose to believe. Okay, off soapbox now. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me today. And if you'd like to find out more about me and my work, you can find me at sunnichapman.com.